Greetings everyone and welcome to the Leadership System tutorial. I'm Benjamin Foley, the designer of the Gaiscioch family and the Leadership System, and I'll be giving you a brief overview. So pretty much with leadership, you will earn Valor points through our system. By earning Valor points, you will then be accelerated through the ranks of the family. You earn them at about twice the rate as fellowship points, which you earn by participation. To ascend into the War Council, you will be required to have a certain amount of Valor points. You can see here that we have 20 ranks of Valor: Devoted Visionary, Packmaster, Devoted Packmaster, Apprentice Tribesman, Master Tribesman, Apprentice Leader, Leader, Decorated Leader, Master Leader, Tactician, Decorated Tactician, Grandmaster Tactician, General, Decorated General, Grandmaster General, Warlord, Master Warlord, Grandmaster Warlord, and someday if you lead a whole lot of events like I have, you'll become a legendary Grandmaster Warlord. So victory points. These are used to determine your Warlord rank in the family. When you look at your rank in the family, you will have your first rank, which is your family rank, which is the Lorgar, Sager, Gaiscioch, Artedema on up. And after that, you'll have a suffix, which will basically be your Warlord rank. This tells people what level of Warlord you are. Victory points are a measurement of the size of your accomplishments. By taking harder objectives with more people, you will yield a faster progression through the Warlord ranks. Basic objectives are single group objectives. They're worth 1 victory point. Elite objectives are multi-group objectives worth 2 victory points. Epic objectives are a Warforce objective, which is between 20 and 50 players, and those are worth 3 victory points. Legendary objectives are multi-Warforce objectives, which is pretty much between 50 and 100 people, and those are worth 4 victory points. Mythical objectives, which we haven't seen since DOC, are campaign objectives. Those require more than 100 people to be able to complete, and those are worth 5 victory points. So we move on to the Warlord ranks. You earn these by accumulating victory points, by leading successful events. You have the stag, the wolf, the hound, the bear, the raven, the hawk, the owl, the eagle, the griffin, and then finally the dragon. Let me go over to the Warlord ranks page real quick. So these numbers have changed over the past few years. Pull up my second screen. But here you can see the number of victory points required for each of these ranks. As I said, you earn a varying number of victory points per victory based on the type of objective. So each of the objectives is coded in the systems to basically award you a certain amount of victory points if you take it. Things like the dragons will award you more than, say, doing a brawl event, which you can get by doing a skill point. That is because it takes a lot more coordination on a larger scale. This is also why we don't want 5 people claiming that they killed the dragon, because 5 people didn't kill that dragon. You know, more like 25 to 50 people killed that dragon, and if you weren't leading all 50 of them, you're not claiming it. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So tokens of valor. These are given to people when you lead an event successfully. Let me pull up a quick event here. Fortunately, I won't be able to actually give these because I'm the highest ranked person in the family. You can only give these tokens to people who are lower level than yourself. They're designed to discourage favoritism. So if I like somebody, I can't just give them tokens of valor, or if the eldership likes people, they can't give people tokens of valor. It has to come from somebody lower ranked than the person. So what this does was encourage new member involvement by requiring them to, you basically have to impress them if you want to succeed as a warlord. So the higher up the ranks you go, the more people are available to give you those tokens of valor, the more people you can impress, but you cannot get them from people that are higher ranked than yourself. Members may also leave comments on your profiles. If you go to the Valor section of your profile, you will oftentimes find your comments. So we're going to go into listing an event. So to go, say you want to run an event on Saturday, you'll go up to the participation menu, you go to Event Manager, you will have Create an Event. But now you have a drop down which is which type of event a Guild Wars 2 event is for in Guild Wars 2. A special Gaiscioch event is for usually a real world event or a live stream or something of that nature, something that's not game specific. You can select your date, select your time. If you want it to be a recurring event, say you want it every other week, you can put 14 in there and that will recur every week. So there we have CoLeaders test event. Short title shows up in certain areas of the website, kind of an acronym. So FTE, CoLeaders test event. And then this is where you can put in the description. Now the stuff down here you don't have to have. This is mainly for if you were doing a raid or something of that nature. Special requirements are like if you have to be level 50 to go in here, you just say level 50 required. Something of that nature. Loot rules, if you have them, you can paste it in there. A URL, if it has a forum post that you want to point to, you can add the URL to the forum post in there, and that will add a link to that forum post so people can discuss your event. You could choose an icon. Eventually, I'll probably add more icons. Reserved spots over here are mainly for doing raids, which we don't really have in Guild Wars 2, but someday we may have in a future game. And then you basically preset people to be in those slots so that basically they show up as these people are in attendance, we have these spots available. You can select a parent event, so if this is like a chained event from another event, you can select a parent. If there's a gear level required, you can select the gear level. If it's related to a dungeon, you can select the dungeon. So like if it was for era, you can select era there. Max level, min level. Up here we have public. This will display if somebody isn't logged into the website. So if you want to make it available for anyone viewing the internet to know that your event is at this time, this day, go ahead and select public. This is usually not used when you're in a world v world situation. You don't want the world to know that you're going to be on the battleground. Me personally, I don't care if they know that I'm on the battleground. I'm hoping they bring the fight to me. Predefined group is pretty much for the raid scheduling. We don't really use that much for Guild Wars 2. Share with the SOR. This will automatically syndicate your event to the sanctumofbrawl.com. That's one of our community sites. If it's a community-hosted event, non-Gaiscioch 2-auth event, we can list it by checking that checkbox. This is really useful when you're involved in like a roleplay community and there's a roleplay event hosted by another guild. You can list it as a community-hosted event, and then the link could point to their event listing. And that way our members can know about other community events going on in the area. And then lastly, we have public community event. This is only available to certain, I believe, warlord rank and higher members. This is basically allows us to put a star next to it to show that this is one of our big family events. We try to get everyone out there to attend so that others see us working together. So they see, who we are and what we do. These are the ones with the stars are usually the most important events to be there at, just to show your support to the family. So I'm going to go ahead and list this event. So we'll go back to the home page, and on the home page, what day did I set to? Today? Yep, there it is. The CoLeaders test event 6 o'clock. If you mouse over it, you can see my description, you can see my subject. It tells you that it's recurring every 14 days, hosted by CoLeaders. If you click on it, you'll actually see this page. Members can click to sign up. So people are signing up as we speak. And then that basically will show you what type of classes they have, what level they are, if they've updated them. Like you see my Mesmer is only 46. That hasn't been 46 for about probably 6 months. So, you know, it's normally like in a game such as Rift where we had this synchronization between the game and the website, we can basically pull character data and make sure that those ranks or their levels are accurate. In Guild Wars 2, it all has to be manually updated. In future games, you know, we may find another game where it syncs up perfectly. But that's pretty much your event. Say that you want to cancel an event. Oh, I can't run my test event. So I'm going to go down here, and you see CoLeaders test event. You just click delete. And then away it goes. We no longer have a test event on the calendar. And that's pretty much how you list your event. So next, we're going to go claiming leadership. This is a big one. On the home page, directly down here, you'll see Valor right here. And then you'll see Action, Lead. You just click on that, and that will take you to this page. If you haven't selected a game yet, you will have to select Guild Wars 2 to get to this page. In the future, when we have a 5th chapter, there'll be another icon there for whatever the 5th chapter game is, and that's where you will click on. So down here, you will see 3 different event types. Let me slide over to this. The Leadership Console is designed to walk people through the process of leadership. Pay close attention to the text at the top, as it will tell you what you are able to do. There are 3 types of events that you can lead. You have Adventure, which is for instance dungeon, Conquest for siege combat and SPVP, Campaign for open world events. When I say open world, we mean something like in Guild Wars 2 it'd be Queensdale. In Rift it would be Silverwood. They're in an open world zone exposed to all the communities. So you will be able to basically have other people outside your own community interacting with you at all times. Commenting to some of the people that can't hear me. Okay, so pretty much what we're going to do now is we are going to show the instant adventure. So we will begin an adventure. What did I do? I don't think I closed out my last event. Well, I managed to find a bug. So here we go. We have a Gaiscioch adventure. You can select this, say, okay, I'm going to do an era, begin adventure. Now here you will have the various dungeon objectives and then a dungeon completion objective. If you've completed the entire dungeon, you will have all of these completed. So you just check off the completed, killed that boss, got that chest, killed that boss, got that chest, killed Gaiscioch, he went down easy. Keep on going and you got all of these done. So now you've claimed them all, your event's complete. You click End Adventure. Now here you'll see your recent adventure. I completed era, 100% progress. That's how much Valor we've earned. That's how much fellowship value our followers earned. If you say, oops, I didn't mean to lead that, I did that wrong, I can click delete and it goes away. And that's pretty much all there is to the adventure system. It basically walks you right through it. Eventually we can have people posting guides, whatnot, based on each one of those, and then when you select, say, era, any guides that are from era will show up. I'm going to go back to the Leadership Console now and show you instance PvP Conquest. Both PvP Conquest and the open world are very, very, very similar. So like right now I'm going to lead a World v World Conquest. So I click on that. Now up here you will see current active co-leaders. So let me slide over to my co-leadership slide. Co-leaders are only to be used when a second group is coordinating under your leadership to take separate objectives in the same conquest or campaign. Co-leaders must be in charge of their own group and work entirely separate from the main force. So in the Great Tyrian Adventure or the Telara Saga, we have Prissy and Twyla and myself running 3 different squads on the same battlefield, working together to coordinate a community event. That would be a use of a co-leadership. In World v. World, I have myself and Spartan, who runs a skilled dagger squad. He would basically report his objectives to me, and I would plan them for him, because him and I are both working together for the overall success of that campaign. So co-leaders should not be used for groups under 25 people. They should not be used to give credit to somebody that was helping you lead. They only are given credit to people who are actively leading their own war force under your leadership. So they have to be completely separate, hands-off, but following your lead. Co-leaders will earn participation points and valor points. So say an objective is worth 10 participation points, they will also earn 10 valor points as well, whereas the main leader will earn 20 valor points and no participation points. So that's pretty much how that system works. Up here you can basically set your co-leads to whoever is co-leading with you. In the type field you'll get a list of the various types. Now elite objectives won't unlock until you've completed 10 basic objectives. Once you've completed 10 basic objectives, you'll be able to do the elite objectives. You won't be able to do the epic objectives until you capture 50 of the elite objectives. You won't be able to do a legendary objective until you get 50 of the epic objectives. So basically you will have to unlock each type of objective. So say we took a supply camp, you just say supply camp. This is just a supply camp catcher. We list it there. Say we took a tower, take a tower capture. With defenses in World v. World, you only mark these when you completely wipe out the opposing force. So if, say, an enemy came to our supply camp and we completely obliterated them, we managed to walk away with it still in our possession, we would click off the supply camp defense. When you're done with your campaign, you just click End Event, just like in the other one. If you said, well, I shouldn't have claimed that, I can click the delete key and it goes away. For the open world, you'll notice it's very similar, same kind of style. Still got your co-leaders. Over here, being there is a lot of confusing quests in Guild Wars 2. You have this quest list over here that will show you what each type is. You have assassination events, which are little kind of horned skull guy. Assault events, cross swords. Assist event, which is that little star. Brawl event, which is fist. Capture event, flag. Defense event, which is the shield. Gather event, which is the little bucket with an arrow pointing into it. Sabotage event, which is the gear. So you'll have all those type of events in here under basic objectives. You basically just click assault, click log. Now down here, eventually, after you complete enough objectives in the basic category, you'll unlock the elite category. Now, champion creatures are when there is no assassination event linked to it. So that is a random champion that usually drops a chest, or like the champion in Frostforged Sound, the Frozen Moth. He is a champion not in a creature. His icon is gold with crossed swords, which denotes him as a champion. You also have your epic creatures, which are like the Shatterer, the Great Worm, Cloud Dormag, Crab King, Fire Elemental, Golden Mark II, Shadow Behemoth, and Tequatl for Guild Wars 2. You will also have, in epic objectives, you'll have the various guild missions as well as the temples. So you have the various temples in Guild Wars 2 listed here. You'll be able to claim those as well. And then you can click End Event. Over here we have all the descriptions of what you should have to be able to get to each one of these. So You can click End Event. You can, again, delete if you don't want to. Another feature is you can continue an old event. So if I wanted to continue that mission, it resumes it right where it left off. So that's pretty much the leadership system and how you can manage all of that information. So, closing notes. Anyone, Warlord or higher, can lead. Anyone, Warlord or higher, can schedule an event. At Warlord rank 5, leaders can attend the monthly Warlord meetings. Leaders should never attack their followers. This is a big no-no. Down on the last bullet point, you'll see be mindful of morale. When you attack a member of your own squad, it really kills your morale. Always try to refrain from that. Even if it is somebody's fault, accept the blame on yourself. Just kind of shake your head and say, okay, let's move forward. Because if you focus on that, it's going to tear down your morale. You're going to lose a lot of people. Be patient, act with kindness, and be respectful at all times. Even when somebody's trolling you, you have to control yourself. You are a direct reflection of our family when you're leading, so you really want to come off as somebody that's better than those trolls that try to tear you down. Especially if you have a commander tag, you will be the target of a lot of persecution. So expect it, know that it's coming, and just let it slide.